So I recently asked some dance leaders, predominantly of Bachata, Salsa, Zouk and Kizomba, about the follower types which they encounter on the dance floor. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what they said. I have already made a video about leaders. If you're interested, you can find the link in the description. But let's start. The very first type is the leader. So this is the lady who actually backleads. So these are the followers who try to lead themselves. They initiate or anticipate the movements instead of responding to them. And it seems to be a very, very common type of follower on the dance floor because the guys complained about backleaders quite a lot. So it made me think, why is backleading so common? So I think the very first reason is that we are very nice and we simply want to kind of help the leads. We do the move faster than it's actually being led, and it's like, I've done it, which annoys the leads, I know. But very frequently, I believe this is like an instinctive reaction that our following skills are maybe not up to a very high standard, and when we learn certain combinations during classes, then there is an impulse and the body wants to respond instinctively, and we are not able to kind of stop this reaction. And then we execute the movement which we remember from the class, and then it's too late. We see on the leader's face that this is not what he meant and he is confused. And while there is a number of guys who kind of appreciate this initiative, and I know one lead, Bachata lead, who always tells me, inspire me in the dance, somehow mostly seem to be really, really frustrated by this kind of behavior. And recently somebody commented on this and said it's like having two chefs in the kitchen, and then it results in really disrupted flow. This results in chaos. So please let me know in the comments, have you met any backleads, leader types on the dance floor? The second type of follower that some guys mentioned is the follower who never looks at him, which is not very nice because most of us seek some sort of connection, not just dance connection, but also human connection on the dance floor. So I guess this may really feel weird, but maybe this person is really not comfortable with making eye contact in life generally, not just in dancing. Maybe she's shy. And also I noticed it happens to me, even though I'm really, really into having eye contact, smiling when I dance. I really smile a lot. I've noticed that when I'm really tired, or when I have had a tough day, or when I feel kind of overstimulated after a long night of dancing, then I tend to avoid making this eye contact. So perhaps this is the reason why it happens. And the third type is the opposite. One guy mentioned a starer, somebody who looks at you all the time, and it also can feel unsettling. Perhaps for some people this eye contact is simply important. So simply there are various types of people. Even though making eye contact is certainly important, overdoing it may be simply too much. Okay, type number 4. Very, very popular one, and the guys complained about this type a lot. So this type is spaghetti hands. Spaghetti hands or noodle hands, you know what I mean. So these are basically arms without any tension, the lack of frame. So it is actually a technical mistake, which is extremely frustrating to leads because it makes the leading nearly impossible, even though the move is initiated and led correctly. If there is no tension, what moves is the arm, but not the body. So it's clear it will result in frustration. Recently, one lead asked in the dance forum in one thread, is it okay to ask the follower to give him more tension because he cannot lead any move without it? And I think it's fine as long as we ask maybe once, not too many times, and of course in a respectful way. Like, for instance, do you think you could give me more tension? So I believe the spaghetti arms ladies might be simply often beginners, so leaders should show some understanding towards them. They will learn. The opposite type is a lady who is very tense, so a tense follow. So she is the strong lady. Maybe she goes to the gym a lot, or maybe simply she has had a stressful day. But anyway, there is so much tension in the body that it makes it really difficult for the leader to move her around, and it requires a lot of physical strength. It might be really physically draining to dance with such a follow. So as with any extremes, dance follows are not the favorite types from my research. So especially in Bachata, Sensual and Zouk, whenever you want to make these sensual moves which are wave-like or flow elements, you need to let go, you need to relax, and it is really so hard to make them with the follow who is tense. And actually, I remember one instructor who told me that a great follow is the one who can adjust the level of tension in her body to the leaders and also to the part of the song, because if there is a faster tempo part of the song, like mambo section in bachata, then of course more spins, more fast steps are needed and more tension. And also for counterbalances, we need quite a lot of tension in the core. But when we move to this more sensual part of the song, then we need to relax and let go. And of course it is not easy because it needs to be done several times throughout the song, but it can be learned. And what actually can be very, very helpful for the tense follow, and I know it from my own experience because I'm quite tense myself, is just remembering to breathe. And the breath is an extremely useful, helpful tool, and the instructors keep reminding us to breathe, breathe out, let go. A lot of this tension just disappears, so breathe. Follow number 6 is the poker face follow. So these are follows who do not show any emotions on their face, who basically have this very blank face throughout the whole song, and whatever the lead tries to lead and maybe surprise the follow, just inspire any sort of emotion in her, nothing happens. And this is something I heard my friends telling me about, that actually they find it quite frustrating, and I understand it because there are also leads like that with poker faces, and I try so hard, I smile, and it never works. Have you met any poker face follows on the dance floor? Please let me know. Maybe it is okay to be composed. Actually, well, of course, any extremes again are not good, probably. The next type of follower is the styling queen, aka the performer, or she could be also called the diva. So the styling queen, of course, moves her hands a lot, moves her arms a lot, and basically this interferes with the leading and makes it really, really hard for the lead to kind of control her because there are so many unexpected moves. And of course, we want to look beautiful when we dance. We go to all these lady styling classes and we want to add some beautiful movements of our arms, hands, or hips, but we shouldn't overdo it, basically. And when it comes to the performer type, this is the lady who focuses so much on herself, on performing, doesn't pay too much attention to the lead. She's focused on herself. Perhaps she just wants to be recorded. She just wants to have some great reels for Instagram. So asks to dance any instructor that appears so that she can just shine on the dance floor. I don't know, is it a frequent type? Do you meet lots of performers? Guys, let me know. And being a performer, being a diva is also about the attitude, about the face, and apparently there are certain follows on the dance floor who kind of show it to the leads that they are way better than they are, and of course it is not very nice. I've also heard that there are follows who simply leave some leaders on the dance floors because they are not happy with the way the dance looks. I don't even know how to comment on this. This is terrible. So please let me know, have you encountered any such follows on the dance floor, diva style? I'm really, really curious. The next type is the flirt. So a very, very sexy lady. So when I talked about the leaders type, I talked about a romantic who comes to the dance floor to pick up girls, and apparently there is a female equivalent, so a lady who clearly comes to the dance floor looking for something more than just a nice dance. So she's very, very sexy in her moves, in her styling, in the way she touches the leads, not just for the dance connection, but for some deeper connection. Also, the facial expressions may be very sexy, not just her body. So I don't know whether the leads enjoy dancing with such follows. It's hard for me to say. And then we're moving straight into type number 9, because this is the type of follow who wears very sexy clothes on the dance floor, very kind of provocative. So presumably these clothes are worn for attention, and I think it works, because such ladies very often just keep dancing. They are not the ones who sit in the corner waiting quietly for a dance. At least I observe quite a lot of such outfits in bachata dance floors. Like in Zouk, for instance, the clothes which ladies wear are often more flowy, more loose. So it's hard for me to judge whether guys like follows who wear like extremely sexy clothes. I can just imagine that it can be quite distracting, quite difficult to focus on the dance actually when there's so much being shown, and of course there might be some fans of these types of clothes. Yes, and also if for example, the dress is too short, it might be quite difficult, because the lady might be adjusting the dress during the dance, so it could be also difficult for this reason. Type number 10 is the Dancefloor Instructor. So when I talked about the leaders, male leaders, I talked about the male Dancefloor Instructor quite a lot, but apparently there is also the female equivalent of this person. So the lady who kind of corrects the leader on the social, during the social, explains what should be happening, what he's doing wrong. And I can just imagine that this is not the favorite type of follow, but of course I might be wrong. So of course we may give some feedback, but I guess during the social not too much, and always in a kind and positive way. For example, ask for gentler leading or adjusting something. But the social dance floor is not the time and place to just correct someone and give too many instructions, I believe. So guys, have you met this type on the dance floor? Let me know. Type number 10 is the singer, and I'm the singer definitely. So this is the person who of course enjoys singing throughout the dance. I think it's something positive, but I don't know. Please let me know whether it bothers you guys. I like to sing, and I like guys who sing with me. And follower number 11 is the light and smooth follow. So this type seems to be really, really liked by the leads. These types of follows just wait for the lead. They do not anticipate the moves, but whenever they are led, they execute the moves really smoothly, precisely, and quickly. So they are light as the feather, so there is no stopping nor no pulling. There is just continuous motion, which matches the timing and music, so the result is feather-like and connected. So it seems to be a really great experience for the leader to dance with a follow who has like no weight at all and just moves so smoothly. So I believe these are the either very talented ladies or simply ladies who have been dancing for years and have this fantastic technique that is applied. They keep the frame, they keep their own balance, their own weight, and they're so quick and they do not need like too much pushing, and just they are sensitive and react very fast. So let's move on to number 12, the last one, the perfect follow. And this is the type of a question mark, because I wanted to ask you, leaders, what is your favorite follower type? Or perhaps this is the combination of a few factors, or there is something I haven't mentioned. So please let me know in the comments What is important to you when it comes to the follows? Which aspects of her behavior, of her following, of her technique make her a really great dancer? So thank you so much for listening to me. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe. And in this video over here, I speak more about some advice I received from leaders for ladies, how to get asked to dance, what they pay attention to when they are asking ladies to dance, so maybe it will be interesting to you. Thank you so much and see you on the dance floor. Bye bye.